Welcome, welcome back, people. Today, I'm doing Toradama World Tour my way. Let's get right in. There's different teams, and let's just get in. Team Victory has Noah, Katie, Justin, Heather, Alejandro, and Duncan. Team Chris is really hot, really hot. Has Lindsay, Tyler, Sierra, Gwen, Jeff, and Courtney. Team Amazon has Lashana, Blanley, Izzy, Harold, Owen, Bridget. Now you might be thinking, oh, Blanley comes in halfway through the show. I don't care. I'm going to do it, Blanley. So let's get going. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, there's 18 contestants. I have some stuff. There's 18th, 17th, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, merge. At 7, 6, non-elimination round, 5th, 4th, cast. The eliminated cast will pick someone. Non-elimination. Should say cast picks to bring. We'll just have this one be a nomination too because I realized I messed it up. 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Here we go. Okay, so I'm making up my own. What they had to do is they had to make a boat, and they had to sing. So they all sung, and they got told if they don't sing, then they're out. So what they and team whatever. Duncan and Courtney and Gwen were getting pulled on the thing, but this time it was Duncan, Heather, and Alejandro, but Duncan is pulling it this time. And so he says his normal track, I can't do this, I'm done, Edith McLean, you have contract, whatever, I'm not going to sing. So he's done, he's out, can't use him anymore. They got to do the songs. Okay, they all sung. And now they have to, what is it called? Now they have to build a boat. Now Sierra is a really good boat builder, so Sierra's team automatically, they're already, no, actually, hold on. See, they're already good. Team Amazon makes it shortly after. And Chris said if they all make it and they don't lose their thing, there's no elimination. But since Team Victory made it last and they lost their thing. Sorry, my mom came in. Anyways, so Team Victory lost their thing. Duncan's already going to get cut out the challenge anyways. So Katie and Noah kind of switched the item. But at the end, Noah lost it. So Noah gets eliminated. And so does Duncan. So Duncan's 18th. Noah is 17th. So now I take a little bit because there is more teams. Okay, so Team Victory has 4 people. The next episode, I have no clue what it was, so I'm just not making my own episode. Let's just say they went to China. And what they had to do was they had to do a martial arts specialist. They had to do they had to make the best ramen noodles. I don't know. But they had to make the best ramen noodles. So, of course, we already know Bridget is good with making food. So Bridget and Harold actually made food. And also, Izzy helped because Izzy and Harold are still dating at this time. So, yeah. Team Amazon makes their food first. No, yeah, boom, boom, they're good. See, Owen, when Team Amazon's still looking, eats their food. So they're already out. And Team Chris is really, really hot. Also, didn't make a good one because they left Sierra and Lindsay to cook. So they burnt the food, and it was not good. So Team Amazon was the only one that made good food. And actually, this is perfect because this is a double elimination round. So Team Chris is really, really hot, and Team Amazon's going to pick someone to get out here. So Team Chris is really, really hot, picked Lindsay. They voted out Lindsay because she burnt the food. Actually, no, they voted out Sierra. No, you know what? Team Chris is really, really hot said, well, since they burnt the food, they can still say no. We're going to vote out Jeff. They voted out Jeff, and then Team Amazon voted out Owen because he ate the food. That's basically what happened. Okay, so the next challenge, they went to Hawaii, and they had to do a surfing challenge. Now, see, Jeff would have been done good at this one. He's a surfer, and so is Bridget. And DJ is too, but DJ's not in this one. So, yeah. So Bridget does the surfboarding, while Izzy does the swimming. So they ace it. They put the ballpark out. They win. Lindsay is a great skater, or a great ice. Oh my gosh, a great like a boarder, because in season 1 you can see she did really good. So she gets Team Chris really, really hot, and Sierra did too. So they kind of just avenged themselves. And Team Victory failed. Katie was supposed to do the waterboarding, but she fell and broke the board. She fell because someone pushed her over. So but then Chris announced one player from Team Chris really, really hot goes over to Team Amazon or Team Victory, because Team Victory was going to vote 2 people out, so Team Victory voted out. Actually, okay, so what I'm going to do for the double elimination is going to be 2 teams. So since Team Amazon, they won, Team Chris is really, really hot, and Team Victory has to vote someone out. Heather and Alejandro, they both voted for Justin, but Katie and Justin both voted for Heather. So it was a tie. And Team Chris is really, really hot. They picked Tyler, because Tyler didn't do any challenge and isn't really helpful. So Tyler, and it was a tie, and Chris picked Justin. So yeah. Now Chris announces a team. One person from Team Amazon is going to go to Team Victory to have 4-4-4. And they picked Blanley to go over there. So Blanley went over there. And that kind of just helped them out a little bit. This one, they went to, let's see, where did they go? They went to Alaska. They had to do an ice skating challenge. And see, Bridget sucks at ice skating. Harold and Lashana do. And this is where Harold kind of cheats on Izzy by accidentally kissing Lashana, which breaks Izzy's heart. So now Izzy and Bridget are doing a doing a whatever it's called, an alliance to vote out Harold. So Team Amazon loses for their team, but Team Chris is really, really hot. Well, you can see Lindsay in season 1, the episode where Harold got out. She's good at ice, whatever that's called, too. So she wins that for them. But Team Victory and Team Amazon both have to eliminate someone, and Harold votes for Bridget. Lashana votes for Harold, and so does Bridget and Izzy. So Harold gets voted out here. And they actually vote out Blanley as well, because Blanley was yapping on about how she was the best player. So they voted her out. See, now Team Chris is really, really hot. Got whatever it's called. They got an advantage. This one was this one took place in the Bahamas, and they had to do a digging challenge to make a statue. Just how like in the first challenge in All Stars, where they had to dig for statues, and then the first team to make the statue wins. But they're in the Bahamas, and Team Chris is really, really hot, gets the shovels, but since Team Amazon came in second, they get to use tiny plastic shovels. But Team Victory, since they came in last, they have to use their hands. So Team Chris really, really hot builds their statue first. Team Victory builds their statue second, and Team Amazon didn't. They built their statue last, so they have to go to the voting ceremony. And Bridget was supposed to vote Lashana, but Bridget accidentally voted Izzy, and since Izzy voted for Lashana, but Lashana voted for Izzy got voted out there. See, here's now the challenge, where it's just another one, just like how Blanley got switched to teams. Team Chris is really, really hot, switched team member, and they moved Courtney to Team Amazon. So now there's 9 people left. So yeah. This challenge was a spicy eating contest in Chile, because I've heard that Chile makes spicy food. So they traveled to Chile, and since Lashana and Courtney love spicy food, and so does Alejandro, and so does Katie. Katie and Alejandro eat the spicy food, and so does Sarah's really good at it too, and so does Courtney and Lashana. See, Bridget throws up, Heather throws up, Lindsay and Gwen threw up. But since Team Amazon and Team Victory both had 2 people eating the spicy food, and they finished, and since Team Chris is really, really hot only had 1, they had to vote. And Gwen and Lindsay did an alliance to vote out Sierra, because Sierra was obsessed about how Cody wasn't there. So she was really sad about that. Now, since Team Victory and Team Amazon since Team Victory actually made it first. So they made it first. They had a special advantage in they were in Texas this time. So they were in the USA, and they landed in Texas, and they were going to do a cowboy challenge, a cowgirl challenge, where they had to hook onto a horse, and which team has the most points, and the team with the least points has to go to voting. So what is it called? So Team Chris is really hot, only has 2 people, which isn't good, but Lindsay is a good horse rider, and so is Gwen. So they both hooked onto a horse, scoring them the 2 points. Yes. Oh my gosh. Scoring them the 2 points. And Alejandro and Alejandro and Heather made it, and so did Katie. But Courtney fell off her horse, and so did Bridget. But Lashana didn't. So Lashana got them a point. But the thing is Courtney and Lashana had an alliance to vote out whoever, to vote out Bridget. So Bridget went home that night, and here comes it is merge. They don't have to have teams anymore. So they these rows. So now it's merge. Now it's merged. They had a day. They had to vote out someone. And there was no challenge. This was just a voting out. They decided to vote out Gwen because Gwen was just crying and how she lost. So Gwen was really sad because Trent wasn't there, and she was kind of throwing challenges, so Gwen got eliminated there. Now here is where I'm actually gonna put the cast/6 cast vote. Cast vote. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, so cast vote /6. So the cast gets to pick someone to vote out. Duncan picks for Courtney because they're still dating. Noah picks Lashana. No. Who was on team? Picks Lashana. Owen and Jeff both pick for Lindsay because Lindsay is their best friend, plus Bridget. Bridget also voted for Lindsay. Harold and Blanley both voted for Lashana. Izzy voted for Lindsay. Sierra voted for Lindsay, and Gwen voted for Lindsay. So Lindsay got put out of there. So it's only 5 people now. And this one was a non-elimination, so we're gonna skip it. So this challenge was a first to make. They went to Canada, back to Total Drama Island Camp Wawanakwa, and was the first one to get to Bonnet Island and get safety. So they all got boats, and Katie's boat got sabotaged by Alejandro. And Katie saw this, so Katie went and told Lashana. This is where Lashana and Katie did an alliance and are going to vote out Alejandro. Now, Heather and Courtney made an alliance to vote out Katie with Alejandro. Here comes the play. Lashana sabotages Alejandro's boat. Alejandro sabotages Heather's boat, and Courtney sees it, and Courtney tells Heather, and so Katie made it first, or Lashana made it first, and since all 4 of them hate Alejandro now, they voted out Alejandro. This one, since the plane the plane broke because they had to do a crash landing, they had to stay in Camp Wawanakwa. So they did a cabin, and it was Katie and Lashana on one side and Heather and Courtney on another. So basically what they had to do is they had to do what they did in season 1, episode 1. They had to jump off the cliff. Heather didn't want to jump off, so she didn't. Lashana jumped off first. Katie jumped off. Oh, and by the way, if you don't jump, you get voted out here. But since Courtney didn't jump, and actually when Heather found out that if you don't jump, you get voted out, Heather jumped, but Courtney didn't. So Courtney gets sent home tonight. And then we're just going to skip these non-eliminations. And now here it is. Katie. Now this one doesn't have a challenge either. If you get picked to get voted out, the cast pick someone. So Katie and Lashana still in alliance. Vote out Heather. Oh no, Katie actually breaks the alliance and votes Lashana, but Lashana thought they were voting Heather, so Heather voted Lashana because Lashana made it into final three seasons in a row. So they vote out Lashana. It was decided by a jury vote. Lashana picks Heather to win, so Heather actually won Total Drama World Tour. So, just like the original, actually. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Total Drama Revenge of the Island is coming soon, but I'm going to combine it, so it's going to be Total Drama Revenge of the Island, half of that cast with half of the original cast, and then Total Drama All Stars will be half of the cast, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for